Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching a Crypto Hamster channel. Today there's a second episode of our Crypto Today series with some news about the market, cryptocurrencies market and Bitcoin, and also look at the charts, see how it goes in recent days and even months, and try to understand how the price will evolve eventually. So let's go!
Turn up. Let's go.
First and foremost, guys, I just want to share with you one of the tweets which I made recently, maybe just to share with you some optimism of mine. You see, a lot of people who entered the market in 2017 December or 2018 January. Now, when they look at the prices, especially price of altcoins, they think why we did that, why we didn't wait, why was our hurry. We would better to do it right now, but we at least have our portfolio 10 times better, and like performance eventually would be again 10 times factor of 10 better. So, but again, nobody know that this will happen, although it was expected. I mean, with the price drop to the correction of this huge surge of Bitcoin in 2017, but still nobody knew, and now it's usually it's unreasonable to ask those questions, to be frustrated. Just try to go with that, and as Master Yoda said, there is do or do not. There is no why. Just try to improve. Try to not to make the same mistakes in future, and things will be pretty well, I believe. So let's go to the news now. We sort of tend to forget about the fact that the technology is evolving, and this is the major driver for pushing the industry forward. And actually, we see some more and more news about this these days. So one of them came from China. They say that they implement the blockchain for printing medical electronic bills, and actually since August 2nd, there have been close to 600,000 blockchain e-bills printed and issued to patients. And there, of course, there are some advantages like immutability and security of these blockchain e-bills. And this is the very nice use case. And this is not really a surprise that China, which is one of the leaders in the field, sort of implementing these innovative approaches. Second thing is they also from China, they started to use the blockchain for tax receipts, and there are they have two different versions for tax receipts, and recently they sort of implement the blockchain, not sort of, but they implement the blockchain for internet taxes and internet tax receipts. And again, this is the one of the most interesting, well, not the most, but at least from the government use point of view, it's very interesting use case. And again, safety, immutability, security, all this is quite huge. One more thing is that second huge Asian country which one would think about in terms of the crypto implementation is South Korea. And what actually happened is they budgets 880 million for tech, including blockchain, and I think is 80% growth comparing to that in 2018. So this would happen in 2019. So they just will issue that, but that means that they actually quite supportive. Although we've seen so many negative news from Korea before, but that was more of not really a thought, but still it was over evaluated, over worried from the media. But basically, still, South Korea's government is not that silly. They do understand that if they will try to push it forward, then they may have great profits in future comparing to other countries. And now let's look at the price, to not to hold you that long. So we still are in this corridor between like $6,000 and $6,500, and still we are continuing to accumulate the price in this range, which, well, my major point here is the longer we stay in this sort of a corridor, the more likely we will jump from that or go down from that. And it's interesting if you look at the history of these accumulation periods. So like this in April, we stayed around this bottom level, and then we jumped up, and then we have like a corridor here accumulating the value, and then the top corridor around here, and then we dropped again, going through a few steps with these sort of corridors, and then one more at the bottom, again 1, 2, 3, 4 at the top, again 1 to the bottom. So it's actually quite unlikely, in my opinion, that if we had some price action over here, we maybe sold some of the, well, like huge players sold some amount of assets here, and then they even continue selling here, and maybe even selling here and here. Well, there's two options. Either they continue to sell here, or they are actually buying. So if they would continue to sell, that then we may go like to 5,000 or something like that. But if they will actually do that, then probably I would think so. The price would not stop at 6,000 for so many times. So I would say that they try to push it lower to rise the panic and to buy these panic sells. And we actually see this the volume increase during this period, while previously there was not so huge volume before. And the second thing which I was going to mention, just I would pop up the longs and shorts here. So the number of shorts is orange, the number of longs is blue, and you see that as soon as we sort of approach this channel at the very bottom, the number of longs decreased and continued decreasing, because we expected price to drop, but then the number of longs start to get some number of longs increased, but that is because we had some increase of the price as well. Finally, still it's not very huge action here. It's sort of expect for the longs, which is always not very volatile. But for the shorts, the picture is very different. And well, if you will exclude this sort of drop here, it had increased for quite a lot. And then since we didn't push it forward, but we sort of stayed here, people probably expect that at this point we shall drop, but maybe it was like a liquidation point for many of the shorts around here, but still shorts dropped at this range because the alt season, well, sort of short-term alt season came, and then many players expected that since alts are surging, probably the Bitcoin will not drop that much. So probably this was the reason of this drop of the shorts. But then since we had this, we actually didn't push it. We couldn't break this 6,600 number of shorts, again increasing. So in global sense, the situation didn't change much. So first point is that we're collecting the probably amount of the Bitcoin bought in this level for quite a while, and the probability of we're going up from here is much higher than the going down. Also, In that case, if we'll go up, the number of shorts will be liquidated, especially if we'll make a short squeeze, and the number of longs will not really change much. So in terms of the making money for the huge players in the market, I would expect that the next change, or I would say sudden change of the price, would be towards the upside. A couple words about the altcoins. We saw that the previous increase, previous huge rise of the price for altcoins was corrected for quite a bit, but still we're above the previous lows, and this level holding pretty well, at least for many of them, although we see some red digits because of this correction. The question is how long we will stay in this period, and whether the next rise, if it would happen for Bitcoin, will lead to the drop of the altcoins or the rise of the altcoins price. I would personally think that we shouldn't see that big a drop already, because it was too much in the previous low. So probably most of the people already fill their bags quite a while, and the next increase will be well, I mean, not the increase of the dominance index of Bitcoin probably will be fatal for many of the altcoins. So that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe and share the video with your friends and colleagues, and I hope to see you in the next video, probably already tomorrow. Goodbye.